through my time helping out on sets, local sets, I would just put out there that that's what I want to do. And so just focusing on trying to help out, or at least pay attention. The whole 2-3 years that I was doing that, just paying attention to how to and how not to do things. And then eventually was able to get my own camera. And actually, I just saw this thing 3 years ago. I was shooting with my Nikon on my gimbal that I still own and shoot with. But yeah, I was just making content during the pandemic, just shooting like all the time, and then eventually started doing more stuff.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Film Goals podcast. Today I'm with the one and only Jaden Morelli. Like that?
Yep.
He's a cinematographer, director, videographer. You do a bunch of stuff around town. So what is your thing is called Directed by Style?
Yeah.
So what is Style? Because I was like, your name is Jaden Morelli. What is that?
Yeah. So where does Style come from, right? So when I was actually in high school, someone asked me if I was Mexican, and I was like, no, I'm Italian, because I had, some peach fuzz on my mustache. And I was like, no, I'm Italian. And so the senior football player was like, all right, I'm going to call you the Italian Stallion. Oh. And so just had that when I was younger, and then moved here, and then my homies call me Style, it's shorter from Stallion. So,
okay, nice.
And then I was just like, I kind of like that name Style. And so I just decided, to be different from just who I am as, a filmmaker. I just wanted to have something of a name that wasn't me.
Okay, yeah, I was wondering what that was. That's cool, man.
Yeah, something different.
That's a good origin. So yeah, tell me how you started, bro. You're young, bro.
Yeah.
I didn't know how young you were until I started working with you. How did you get into like filmmaking and all that?
Yeah, I mean, I was very passionate about storytelling, getting into it. I had actually been doing video game development before I did filmmaking.
Okay.
And I was like 17, learning how to code and do Blender and stuff like that. It's really hard to do that. And so I decided to pivot because my whole goal was like to tell these like big stories and things like big worlds and things like that you can do in video games. So I pivoted to filmmaking and just fell in love with that whole process. Fall Out Boy, you're familiar with them. They had this competition through some music company was doing like a film competition. So I entered that film competition. It was to use their new song in a music video, or like to create a whole new music video. Through that, I just learned like the entire process of it, and just to make something, and I just fell in love with everything from that.
That's dope, dude.
Yeah.
So were you going to school for the video game stuff, or were you just learning on your own?
So I was still in high school, and then I was taking like the free like Harvard classes that you could take online through like EX or something like that. It's some website. But yeah, taking free Harvard classes for the game development. Okay. And then just started putting my foot in the door locally here, helping people out for film. I never did any college or anything like that for film.
Yeah, that's cool, man. You just like got into it, production assistant and all that stuff.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Right
First day, first time I ever got to be a production assistant. An actor didn't show up, and so I was actually able to get some acting experience as well.
That's cool. What was that for? Remember? It's like a short film or something.
Actually, it was a feature film. About the singer who is like an aspiring singer. I don't remember what it was called. I don't know if it got finished, but it should be out there somewhere.
And how did you start finding these gigs?
Facebook.
Okay.
Facebook groups and things like that. Yeah, just straight up Facebook, reaching out to people, anybody that was doing filmmaking in the area I wanted to be friends with and help out. Just offer my time. And
then how did you start learning all the stuff about like cameras and cinematography and all that stuff?
Yeah, I would say through my time helping out on sets, local sets, I would just put out there that that's what I want to do. And so just focusing on trying to help out, or at least pay attention. The whole 2-3 years that I was doing that, just paying attention to how to and how not to do things. And then eventually was able to get my own camera. And actually, I just saw this thing 3 years ago. I was shooting with my Nikon on my gimbal that I still own and shoot with. But yeah, I was just making content during the pandemic, just shooting like all the time, and then eventually started doing more stuff.
Cool. You remember your like your first project that you like headed, like you were directing and shooting and all that? Or?
Yeah. I would say the first like decent project that I was directing was probably Lana and Emmy. Was probably like the most notable thing, other than like I did some like smaller projects, but
that's kind of new though, isn't it?
I had a whole crew and everything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And what is that about? Talk about that project.
Yeah, Lana and Emmy. Shout out to Lana and Emmy. Two ladies from Chicago. They wrote the story. They chose to work with me to direct and shoot the whole thing over 5 days. It's about these two girls who it's kind of try not to give so much away. It's about these two ladies who take this trip to Las Vegas to spend some time together before one of them has to leave and is moving to another state for business purposes. And it's a very, very funny duo between the two ladies. I had so much fun shooting it. Shot inside of the house and then went out and shot in the nature at the Red Rocks and then also downtown in the Arts District.
Nice.
And so, yeah.
What is it a comedy?
Yeah, comedy, yeah.
Okay. And did you shoot only here or Chicago or?
No, we shot all here in Vegas, yeah.
How did you connect with them? Because they're from out there.
Yeah, so they actually posted on Facebook that they were looking for a director.
Okay.
And I showed them some of my work and had a couple meetings with them and sealed the deal.
That's dope, dude.
Through social media.
Yeah, it seems like that's really new. So what were you working on before, like when you were trying to get your like a foot in the door? What kind of stuff did you like to shoot and stuff?
So as far as like directing, like that was like one of the first big projects that I got to do, with a crew and everything like that. I had been a DP for other projects. That's kind of where I got more work in, just alone as like a DP, and then worked with a crew. Mm-hmm. That wasn't mine. I wasn't directing.
Right.
So yeah. So.
Yeah, and then so we worked on our project together.
Yeah.
Behind closed doors. So yeah, because I think I connected with you on Instagram somehow, and then I think Lizette kind of hit you up because she was helping me produce the film. Yeah. And man, just talk a little bit about like the process of working together on that film.
Man, that was really great because it's actually really cool that Lizette hit me up because I met her like very early on in my film career. Mm-hmm. I met her and she was an actress in some of the films that I was helping out in. And it was cool to see, her do her thing. I think she was in or on the first movie that I was on set as. So she'll know about that too. But yeah, so it was really cool that she hit me up about that. Working with you was really dope. We spent the 3 days at the Airbnb and it's a very dramatic story too. And watching it back at the screening, which just happened, was really special. So,
do you remember, like, I guess the thought process or how you wanted to shoot the film? Because I don't really remember. I mean, once I shoot it, it kind of goes away. Yeah. But I remember I was kind of like, the way we shot it was, I don't know. What kind of style do you remember? Like,
well,
or your thought process into shooting that?
Yeah. So when I got to the kitchen scenes, and to lighting it and everything like that, I really thought about, just making it feel natural, like the camera's just there. You know what I mean? Just going off of your script and everything. It felt like, we're along for the ride with these couples and with these people that are going through it. So just wanted to add to what you were going for, and just go for that natural style. And then when we got into the really dramatic scenes, like, I don't want to give anything away, but a very, very violent scene that's in Behind Closed Doors. Yeah. That one I definitely we worked on silhouetting it, lighting it nicely. So it just like when it cut to it, it was just like, oh shit, like the world's different right now. And really just telling that story visually. I've really had fun with the lighting and everything like that for it.
Cool, man. Is there anything that you think you've improved on or like you would change now after seeing it? Because there's things that I'm kind of like, oh, I would have changed this or that, at least in my directing and everything like that. So,
yeah. I feel like most recently I've worked on couple films recently where I've been able to like think about how I shot some things and kind of try to elevate it. After seeing Behind Closed Doors, I definitely saw a few things where I was like, I wish I would have done this a little bit differently, maybe with some of the lighting, but I feel like it's just a matter of that knowledge after the fact.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
No, yeah, I'm the same, because I think the scene that came to mind for me was like when he gets home,
Yeah,
and he goes into the bedroom and it was already bright in there, and in my head I was like, because I think what I didn't want to have like this darkness. I want to be able to like see the actors and stuff.
Yeah.
But then I was like, we should have made that lighting a little bit more moody.
Yeah.
Like maybe just have one light hitting him coming from the hallway or something like that.
Yeah.
Just because that's when like shit starts to go down. So when I saw it back and I was like, damn. But you always think about that after like the fact. Like
it's that like visual, like now that we're here, it needs to be like more
dramatic.
Darker. Yeah.
But I think we're also like rushing and doing it. There's a lot of stuff that goes into it that kind of while you're on set, you don't see it, and then after the fact you're editing, you kind of see it.
Yeah, definitely helps after the fact. But yeah, moving and we shot a lot of really good coverage too in those 3 days. I think.
Yeah, we shot a lot, man. So thank you for coming on board, bro. It was fun.
I had a lot of fun. Thank you for having me on that.
No, for sure, bro. So yeah, talk about you just did the 48 and the 49.
Yeah.
So talk about like your productions on there.
Yeah. So my productions with the 48 and the 49, both of them I had my co-director Colin, John Ross. He's a great person. We vibe together like on a creative level. So like we're always like on the same page when it comes to creating, and then we're always like yes and like on top of like whatever our ideas are, we're always trying to like add to it and make it happen.
So what genre and stuff did you get for the 48?
For the 48 we got the occult, I think.
Cult?
I think we got cult was like the genre. Yeah. I co-directed with Gary. We created this story. You guys will have to see it, but we filmed inside this hookah lounge. Oh, okay. And I did some really fun things where we kind of frame him as as an influencer who's deep diving into red rooms and trying to figure out what's going on with those. And some kidnappings happen, and you'll have to watch from there.
Okay,
but
cool. Are you gonna put them out? Or
yeah. I'm gonna be releasing those very soon.
Okay, cool. And what was the 49 one?
Yeah, the 49. The 49, we got music. I had a lot more people that hit me up that wanted to be a part of it. In the end, we had about like 5 to 7 people in total, but I had like 13, 14 people that wanted to be a part of it. Just some people could not make it, so it's kind of like sometimes it's a last minute thing, and it's throughout the whole weekend, and not everybody can make that full commitment. So it's good to know like who can fully commit to that going in. I would say like as far as the 49 hour and for planning, it was really good to have really good locations. I did everything inside of one location for the 49. And I got really creative with how I did some shots.
Is that the hookah lounge, or is that the other one?
Well, the hookah lounge was for 48 hour.
And how'd you get that?
So for that one, I actually filmed there for a couple movies. But my co-director actually had that location hooked up. Okay. And we kind of just had like a light that was like flashing. And then just did some nice nice lighting similar to what we did for the First Friday film that I also previously worked on in that same location.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So just knowing like I already knew how that location works, so I knew how to light it very well.
And were you the one who decided to be the team leader for these things? Or
Yeah.
And what did you learn, and how did it help you in your productions and your career?
Yeah. So it's really fun to prototype things, right? So it's like, okay, so I normally like to do comedy because it's where my mind goes. But for the 49 hour, we did drama. And so with that, we actually really played with like building up the story. And when I'm the team leader, I'm very focused on like getting contributions from the writing team that we do have. It was the three of us plus Rex when he could make it at the end of the night. He was able to pull through. But it's like I really just try to keep us driving on like the right course, and also kind of keep contributing everybody. Especially when I have Rex as an actor. He's a great actor and he can improv and actually do his lines, on the spot. Not on the spot, but like as we're writing, he can like be himself and write as we're writing. So it was very helpful to have him on site as we were writing.
So did you run into any challenges when you were doing a 48 or 49?
So we really planned on going to the gas station film studios to film the hospital scenes that we had written. We were like, we'll definitely be able to get to the gas station film studio, no problem. We're both connected with gas, and we just figured it would be no problem. A day of the shoot, Gas responded to us that he couldn't make it happen. He couldn't get anybody to show up to open the space. We only needed it for an hour anyways. So, things happen, but that happened, and we had to pivot very quickly to, not have as much visual power of like actually being in like a set. So I had to, use a white backdrop for someone walking into the thing, to the hospital. And then I just had to have my actor sit on a chair to like cover like the chair and just show him like, we're in a hospital now. Like you're in a hospital bed, and use that, use the sound design to give us that storytelling.
I think I saw one film. I don't know if it was this one or another one previous. Yeah. Where you could tell it was like a bedroom, but they had like a bed that kind of looked like a hospital bed. Yeah. But the walls definitely didn't look like a hospital. Yeah. But like it was enough that like you can get away with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. You can definitely tell when it's like white walls for sure. Yeah. For this one, we did, which is great still. Using what you have. Like you have to do that. We literally had a white backdrop, like a studio backdrop. So we just pulled that down and just used it. It's like this is the hospital. It's white. It's white. It's clean.
Yeah, I mean that's how you kind of learn the tricks. And I think those like 48s and 49s really help with like getting you to be creative for your shoots and stuff. Yeah. So I just saw you release the trailer for First Friday. It looked dope. It looked really good. So tell us about like what the project's about and how you got involved and what you did with it.
Yeah, so shout out to First Friday. It's a feature film that I got to first AC on. Directed by Josh. It's Half Mutant Films. And man, Josh has been writing this for years. It's been his project that he's been working on for a long time. He raised his own money to produce this film. We shot over 8 days in Vegas. Lots of great local talent as well. Great DP as well. Andrew, shout out to the cinematographer. Really great talent as well. Like everybody that was around this crew, this project, was awesome. The trailer just dropped, and we're just hoping to make waves with it.
Oh, so talk a little bit about what it's about.
Yeah, so it's about First Friday is about this brother and sister who make T-shirts, and it's called First Friday, so they're selling them at First Friday, which if you know is the best thing every first Friday of the month for local artists. Yeah. And they get into some trouble along the way, and you should just watch the story to find out.
Yeah, the trailer does a good job of kind of setting it up without giving too much away, which I like. And I also like it's kind of like it says like it's a love letter to like the Vegas kids and stuff like that. So yeah, it looks really dope, man. And yeah, I'm really impressed with like the quality and the way it looks. So
it's really, really, truly based off of the events that went on during First Friday. Especially things like, if you've been to Union House and they used to throw these really cool rock shows and rap shows there. It would be Moshin. I used to go, and they also used to host the late night with Rex, the late night TV show hosted by Rex from Vegas. It's like such a great thing to watch. I would watch this on my Instagram, and it would just be about the local artists and just local things going on. And I felt like I was watching like local news, or not local news, but like local late night.
Yeah.
But like literally just for like the local community. So it was like really cool.
Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah.
And like, how was the experience working on that project?
Yeah. The experience working on the first Friday film was really great. It was like we worked with like high end gear. I actually got to second unit DP and also operate the second camera, so B camera operator, which was a great time shooting at the Taverna Costera rooftop. That was great. A great scene. We had a lot of extras. And so, pulling focus throughout was very tough for some of the scenes that we did. Some of them we were shooting in the trailer. You see this scene, she's out with the city behind her and everything. Broad daylight, sun coming down over the monitors, you can barely see anything. And we've got a dolly up on this mountain, heavy camera too.
Where'd you guys shoot at? Down on Blue Diamond or something?
So we shot all the way by like the Hollywood.
On the east side. Yeah, other side. Yeah. Okay.
And then we actually shot a lot of the interior bedroom scenes and things like that, and studio scenes at what I used to own, the loft studio. We shot inside of there, so that was actually really cool.
Damn, dude. Yeah, no, I remember pulling focus for some stuff. It's hard. I didn't like it.
It's very tough, and definitely dealt with a lot of shit, and but the movie's sharp. So I did my job, but
it's okay to get some out of focus sometimes, man. It makes it artistic.
Yeah, it's artistic intent.
So that's cool, man. I'm glad. I can't wait to see it. Are they gonna festivals, or are they gonna like release it, or what's their plan?
Festivals for sure, and then a local screening when the festival run is over, and it's definitely gonna get picked up. Like Josh did a great job writing this movie, so it's gonna get picked up.
It looks like a good indie like coming of age story.
Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, it's really awesome.
Cool, man. So what you got going on next, bro? What you working on, and what's next for you?
Yeah, so I mean, I got into filmmaking to direct and to film my own stories. To this point, I'm finally ready to. I've been rewriting scripts that I've written in the past. My plan is to film and go into production in February for some short films that I've been writing.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's kind of like Black Mirror inspired.
Are they connected or just different ones?
Yeah, so they are connected in like this this
each short
series.
film.
Yeah.
Really?
So that's what I really liked, that the anthology that you did. I was like, bro, I love films that are connected. Yeah, telling a story throughout. Like that's really cool.
Okay, that's dope. And what is it about?
Yeah, so this first one that I'm coming out with is called The Wallet, and it's about this guy who uses this piece of technology to as a form of therapy to deal with some things in his past. Also has a friend group that he goes and sees, and I want to show off the Vegas nights and things like that. I mean, like the lights and things like that.
Is this like a sci-fi or?
Yeah, sci-fi. Okay. It's very inspired from Black Mirror, and then it's also just based off of like society and like social commentary is like what I want to make.
That's dope, bro.
Yeah, so that's what I'm working on.
All right, man. 2024, you're gonna start shooting?
Yes, 2024.
That's dope.
Yep.
All right, man. So this is Jaden.
Yep.
Thank you for being on the podcast, brother.
Thank you.
I'll put all his link and stuff on the description. And anything else?
Yeah. Just check out my website, and if you guys like this little alien guy, I got more designs coming out. So custom alien.
All right, that's what's up. All right, guys. Thank you. Peace.